Hi, this is Kevin. Welcome to BIZ TECH Made Simple. Today we're going to cover a technology that's invaded our lives like no other, and that's the use of Zoom. Zoom is being used to host business meetings, help teach our kids, and even virtual happy hour. Zoom is an inexpensive technology, and it's a great way for you to maintain relationships and develop new ones with clients and customers. In today's session, I'll show you how to set up a Zoom account, host your first meeting, join a meeting if you need to, and a few other tips. So let's get it done. Hi, this is Kevin. Welcome to BIZ TECH Made Simple. Today we're going to go into the details of Zoom and how you might use it with your business. So let's get started. I'm going to come down here and I'm going to open up a web browser. In this case, I'm using Google Chrome. You can use whatever browser you'd like. And I'm going to do a search for Zoom. You'll get a result. The first item probably will be Zoom, video conferencing, web conferencing, and webinars. That's exactly what you're looking for. Go ahead and click on the top link. And here you go, here's the home page. Zoom offers a variety of plans, everything from free to $20 a month. The key question you have to ask yourself is, how many meetings do you need to host at the same time? If it's just you, you can get away with one. But if you have a team, you're probably going to need more than one seat because you're going to need to have multiple meetings at the same time. If you need less than 10 simultaneous meetings, you have another set of questions you need to answer. The first one being, are you going to have less than 100 participants or guests in any one meeting? And are your meetings going to be less than 40 minutes? Well, if that's the case, that means you can get away with the free plan. If you answer no to any one of those two questions, then you won't have a choice. You will have to step up to Pro. If you need more than 10 conference users, meaning you have more than 10 meetings happening at the same time, then the next question is, how many participants are you expecting? Is it more than 500? Well, if it is, you'll need to step up to the enterprise plan. If it's less than 500 participants, then you have the option of selecting the business plan, which supports up to 300. So now that you know which plan you need to pick, how much is it going to cost? The Pro plan is $14.99 a month per user, or conference user in this case. If you're stepping up to the business plan, it's going to be $19.99 per user per month, but it's a minimum of 10 users. Therefore, you're going to be billed a minimum of $200 per month. If you stepped up to the enterprise plan, then you're going to be billed $19.99 per user per month, and it's a minimum of 100 users. So that's $2,000 a month. If you're needing a solution to support more than 5,000 participants for webinars, I recommend that you look at the Zoom webinar product. If you want to save a little money, then the next best thing to do is actually purchase an annual plan. If you pay up front, all in one payment, you'll get 2 months free. So now that we know which plan we need, let's go ahead and sign up for Zoom. For my demonstration, I'm going to use the free plan since it's just for me. So we'll go over here to sign up, it's free. Click on that button. First thing it's going to ask you is for a verification of a birth date. So I'll just do January 1. And we'll pick a date back in 1980. Then it's going to ask you for an email address and a caption code to sign up, or if you want, you can sign in using an existing single sign-on solution, signing in with your Google account or with your Facebook account. For this demo, I'm going to go ahead and sign up with my personal email account. The CAPTCHA code is a security feature during the Zoom enrollment process. Just enter in the values that you see over here to the right. In this case, it's 4PCWZ. If for some reason you can't read it, you can always click on the little refresh button here till you find one that you can read. So here, I'll just use this one, W3REY. Then click on the sign up button. From here, we can see that Zoom is going to send us an email. That email is going to contain a confirmation link that we're going to need to click on in order to validate our account. If for some reason you didn't receive the email, be sure to click on that resend another email link. As you can see here, I've received an email from Zoom. It came from noReply@zoom.us. I've got a welcome message and a big blue button that says activate account. Let's click on it. Then it will ask, are you signing in on behalf of a school? In this case, I'm going to say no. And I'm going to be presented with a welcome to Zoom. From here, I'll complete the rest of the account setup. Click in the first name field, type in your name, last name, and of course you're going to need a new password. Your password must be at least 8 characters, containing letters and numbers, and have upper and lowercase characters. From here, just tab down and confirm the same password again, and click on Continue. From here, you can invite others if you want to. For now, I'm going to skip this step. That's it, we've completed the process. From here, you can start your first meeting. Your personal meeting URL is presented below in blue. You can copy and paste or click on this link and actually start your first meeting. From here, if you're a user of Microsoft Outlook, there's a plugin available. Click on Add Zoom below. And for Google Chrome users, there's an extension available. Click on the download link. For now, I'm going to click on Start Meeting Now. The first time you use Zoom, you're going to need to download an application. So click on this Download and Run Zoom. You can see I've got a new package that's downloaded in the lower left of the browser. Go ahead and click on it. You're presented with an install. Just click on Continue, click Install again, enter in password for your machine, and when it's successful, click on Close. And if presented with the option, go ahead and move the installer to trash. Now I can join a meeting or sign in. I'm going to click on Sign In. Here I'll enter in the same email address and password that I used when I registered with Zoom. And I'll go ahead and check Keep Me Signed In. And that's it. I'm ready for my first meeting. All right, we are all set up with Zoom, so let's invite somebody to our first meeting. I'm going to click on Schedule. I'm going to type in our meeting topic. I'll go ahead and specify today. This time is fine. It's going to generate a meeting ID automatically. I can use a passcode if I want. I can also specify if I want to use a waiting room. Waiting room means guests will wait into a waiting room before the actual host arrives. I want my video off. I want my participants' video off. In this case, I'm just going to use other calendars because this method actually works with every single calendar option, depending on no matter what email you have. And then there's a couple advanced options I also recommend. One is enable join before host, and you can also set up whether you want to mute participants upon entry or whether you want to set up automatic recording. I'm going to go ahead and click Save. I'm going to get this information right here about my meeting. I'm going to copy the invitation. I'm going to go ahead and open up an email client that I have. I'm going to invite someone to the meeting. Just type in their email address, and I'll paste in that invitation and hit send. When your guest actually receives their meeting invitation, they'll receive an email that looks something like this. It'll have the subject and topic that you put into your meeting request. It'll tell them that you are inviting them to a meeting. It'll give them a date and time, and then there'll be a link here for Join Zoom Meeting. Notice that there's a meeting ID right here, and then there's a passcode. So in this case, this passcode is being used by default. When you click on this link, it's automatically going to log in and take them to that process. Take note of the meeting ID. This is a reference that can be used to join your meeting regardless if you receive the email or not. If for some reason your meeting guest didn't receive the email, you can always just give them the meeting ID to join your meeting. When it's time to start your meeting, all you have to do is look at your meeting list that's over here. Notice our first meeting that we set up is right here. I can click on the Start button. Zoom will open up automatically, and then you'll select your audio source. In this case, I'm going to join with my computer. And I'm joined in the meeting. Now to run our Zoom meeting, we can go ahead and start the process of greeting our other guests and controlling the meeting from here. You'll notice down here when you move your cursor over the actual Zoom meeting window, you'll see a menu that'll pop up at the bottom. Here are your audio and video controls. Here's the list of participants. Here's your chat window and how to share a screen and your record button. So if I click on participants, I can see not only that I'm logged in as the host, but I also have logged on another machine where I'm actually a participant in the meeting, so I can see both. From here, I can also do another invite if I wanted to. I can mute all participants, and there are a couple other options where I can play sounds, various other things. When you're ready to start talking, click on the unmute button. I'm not going to do that here because it'll give us some feedback, but here are all your audio settings. So for some reason, if you have multiple microphones built into your computer, you can pick which microphone you actually want to use. In this case, I'm using a built-in microphone. Here's your video source. You can unmute it. I'm going to go ahead and unmute my screen at the moment so you can see me. Here I am. I'm actually set up with a virtual background. I'm going to stop my video. And if I wanted to chat with a participant, I can come over here, click on chat. I can pick, say, chat with everyone, or I can pick a specific person, type in a message. This is a message. Those participants can actually reply back as well. So then you've got a private chat. Make sure you're careful when you're using this because you don't want to necessarily do a private message when this is accidentally sent to everyone in the meeting. You may have to share your screen sometime during the meeting. You may want to share a spreadsheet or a presentation. You click on the share screen button down here, and you can pick either your entire desktop or a specific app that's open. And when you're ready, click on share. And at that point, you'll see a big green border around your entire screen that's being shared. For now, I'm just going to say stop. And don't forget, if you want to record your meeting, just click on the record button. As proper etiquette, you should always tell everybody that you're recording the meeting. When you're through, just click on the end button, say end meeting for all, and that's it. You've hosted your first Zoom meeting. When you're ready to join a meeting, you've got a couple different options. If you're in your Zoom app, just click on join, and you can type in your meeting ID. Well, where's that meeting ID come from? The meeting ID was sent to you actually in the email message if you were invited as a participant. So here's the meeting ID. I could literally just copy and paste this over here and click on join and join this meeting. That's one method. The other method is I can actually just click on this URL right here in the meeting link. I'll be prompted by the browser to open up my Zoom app. If I don't have the Zoom app, I can click cancel right here, click on download and run Zoom. The other option is I don't even have to have the Zoom app. I can click on launch meeting. It's going to prompt me again to download, but I can hit cancel. And now notice I have this option to join from your browser. If I click on join from browser, I type in my name, enter my captcha code, click on join. Just like that, you're in a meeting. When you're ready to leave, click on the leave button. Up to this point, I've been showing you how to use Zoom on your desktop computer, either using the dedicated application or using a browser. But you've got another option. You can actually use a mobile app. In the Google Play Store, you can download a Zoom app for any Android device, or if you've got an Apple device, you can download it from the App Store for Apple. Just search for Zoom. Online video conferencing is a great technology, but it can be a bit chaotic. So here are a couple extra tips. One, be sure to mute your audio if you're not talking or if there's just noisy disruptions around you. Two, be sure and check your surroundings and make sure there's nothing going on or you don't want somebody else to see. Everybody can see it all. Three, if you're on a mobile device, try not to walk around. It just makes everybody busy. And last but not least, if you've got an important meeting, a wired internet connection is always going to be better than wireless. If you don't have a webcam, I recommend any of the 1080p cameras from either Logitech or Microsoft. You plug them in and they just work. I'll be sure and leave a couple affiliate links below in case you still need to purchase a web camera. If you're not using Zoom, what solution are you using? Be sure and leave a comment below to help others out. Hope you enjoyed today's session. If you did, be sure and like it and hit that subscribe button. Okay, you're all set. So open up your browser, head on over to zoom.com, set up your account, host your first meeting. Main thing is, get it done.